Hi everybody, welcome to Integrative Astrology. Well, we've been spending the last few days going into words that are related to archetypes in the zodiac, and what we really need now is some resources to help us with that. It's this kind of work is very, very beneficial. We talked about yesterday that it really helps us to get to know ourselves, to move energy in our body and our nervous system, and to help sync up our physical, emotional, and mental expression and coherence. And it also helps us to expand our awareness. But when we do that, we've got to have the tools, because it's like, using a teaspoon when you really need a snow shovel. So we've got to have tools, and with the tools, then we're able to titrate into places that have been unconscious to us. We can enjoy places that are really fulfilling, and so let me show you kind of, in case you haven't seen what we were working on. This is one example of the words, like a group of words that have to do with the Taurus archetype that we resonate with. See which one we resonate with, and intuitively we pick the word, and then we take that word and feel into it in our physical body, our emotional body, and then our mental awareness. And so there's a lot of valuable information in that. But let's look at some tools. I have 4 today, and I'll do 4 more in another video. But the first tool is to actually, we already are feeling into our body when we go into the words. But if you happen to come into an area of, say you're thinking, you've thought of the word, say worth, and you feel into that, and almost everybody has some underlying material when it comes to the word worth, and say you come to some really icky sensations that just you aren't really sure what to do with, and it feels a little overwhelming. Well, the first thing you want to do is just kind of take your awareness and feel a different part of your body. So you were kind of focused and going into the sensation that was arising with the word worth, and now we want to, if it's overwhelming and we can't stay with it, then we want to just tune our attention to a different part that feels okay and feels safe. So I tend to go toward my feet and feeling my feet on the floor. It's a very grounding thing to do. Maybe you want to feel your shoulders, but just move your attention to the sensations of a different part of your body. You can put your hands on your legs. You can rub your fingers together and just tune into that feeling that the friction is creating. So these are ways to pull out of that uncomfortableness and reground yourself. So again, I kind of encourage you to stay with it as much as possible, because that's part of what we're doing, is learning to tap into it, but if not, then use that resource. Now, the next thing that we're going to learn to do is, and if you don't already know, is to become aware of your awareness. So what I mean by this is to just take a minute and notice what's looking out of your eyes. Where is your awareness? What is aware? And just notice what's looking. And this is a really powerful tool, because it pulls us actually out of this storyline and into the most fundamental part of us, which is our awareness. So, and you can practice this anywhere. It's really good to practice. So you can do it while you're driving, while you're at the store, while you're laying in bed, you know, and just notice what's here right now, and what's looking out of my eyes. What's feeling, you know? So, okay, so that's a really good one. The next one is to go ahead. It's similar to the feeling your body, but it's, you know, we're going to actually do some movement of our body. So we're going to do this. So to do this movement and have it be a resource, we've got to be mindful about it. So we're going to, so you might want to just, you know, move your arms out, you know, stretch a little bit. You might want to tap your feet on the floor. But the key is not to just be tapping and still have this narrative going on and this overwhelming, you know, sensation. We want to tune our attention to our feet that are moving. You know, snap your fingers, anything to kind of bring you into a different realm. And that's power, to be able to move into it, move into the feeling, and then move back out when it's too much. And move back in, and this is called titrate. Peter Levine calls it pendulating. So we're going in, we're feeling it, we're touching it, we're noticing it, we're allowing it. We don't want to change it. And it just, if it gets like too much, and you know, emotions are going to come up. Emotions, there's going to be some, you know, if you really do this work, there will be tears, there will be, you know, yucky feelings, and that's okay. It really is. It's safe to feel into yucky feelings. Our mental capacity is what becomes overwhelmed. And so, you know, so if we have tools, then we can kind of parent ourselves. We can regulate our own emotions by just using the tools and just going in as far as we can go, and then we come back out. This is a safe way to do that. Okay. And then lastly, you know, you can imagine, or you can find a comfortable place to be. If you have an imaginary place that feels very safe, maybe it's an island, you know, in a lounging chair with the breeze blowing through your hair and the waves, you know, consoling you, then use that. If it's your grandmother's house, if it's your bed. I mean, my favorite place is curled up with my pillows in my bed, and that's where I feel safe. And so that's the key component, is where do I feel safe? What do I feel like this homeness and safety in? So we can totally imagine it, or we can actually go to that place if you need to, if it's possible. So yeah, this is a very powerful tool to have. Your imagination can get us into lots of trouble, but it can also take us to a place of safety. Okay. So yeah, so these are 4 tools that we can use to resource ourselves when we're feeling into words and concepts. They're very powerful, and like I said, I'm going to introduce 4 more to you in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or comments, please do so below. I'm eager to hear from you and what you think and how these things might work for you. And you can always find me on my website. My email is there, and I think there's a link in the bio. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Bye.